Hey guys, it's Bia here and it's very sunny in my room, so I'm gonna have to put some sunglasses or else I can't see anything. So today we're going to make some sleeves. It's going to be the Raglan sleeve, and what do you guys need today? You're going to need your pattern paper, which is this. I can't reach it. You're going to need your blocks, the front bodice, the back bodice, and the sleeve. And you're going to need the pattern master, a ruler, a pencil, a rubber, and some scissors, and your fabric, because you're going to be making this. So yeah, I'm going to use some calico to make it, and hopefully I'll find another fabric to use as contrast, because the Raglan sleeve, if you don't know exactly what it's supposed to be looking like, it looks like this. And I want to show some contrast so you guys can see very clearly how it's done and what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, let's get to it. So guys, you're going to start by tracing off your bodice, and then you're going to manipulate your dart to under the armhole, because we don't want it to mess with our Raglan sleeve, because the sleeve is going to have the top section removed, which means that a dart would just mess with the whole thing for us and make it more difficult. So we want to move it away. So I moved mine up to here, because I don't usually move anything to the center of the bodice. It doesn't make sense. Move it under the armhole. And if you want to see how that is done, I will show you on a different video on how to move around darts in a bodice. So after you've done that and you've moved it from there to here, you're going to have to, oh my god, outside noises. Anyways, so what you're going to do next is you're going to draw a line from halfway through the collar to about halfway through your armhole, and you're going to draw a curved line. Now you can do this by hand, or you can use your pattern master and you can use it to make curved lines. I think I did mine by hand. It's much easier. Okay, so after you do this, you draw where it ends. So I did like a circle here. I would note it down with pink if I was you, to make it easier for later, and you'll see later why we need this. And you're going to cut along here and here, so that we can get this extra section, which we'll use for later. So that's our front, and I wrote front so I remember later on where it belongs to. So after we do this, we put it to the side, and we're going to do the same thing with the back bodice. So if I get it, I'll show you guys. See, the back bodice, because it has a much smaller dart at the top, I moved it to the inside. Okay, so you trace it out and you move your dart from the top to the side. Again, I will make a video for you guys if you don't know how to move darts. After you do this, again, you draw a line almost about halfway through your neck and halfway through your armhole, and you're going to do the same. I'm going to note this down. I was going to note it down with pink, but I'll note it down with yellow for you guys to remember. I can't find yellow. Hello. Okay, we got orange. So I'm going to note down this end point with orange, and then cut it all out and note it down as the back. And now that you have both of these, you're going to draw out your arm. So I have already traced the entire arm block. Okay, basically just trace the whole thing around, mark your notches where they would be, mark the dart for your sleeve, everything just normal. And obviously your center line and everything, because that's important. We need the center line to put these in place. What you then do is, with the two pieces that you have collected from your front and back bodice, you're going to place them in the sleeve. Now we know that this is the middle of the sleeve, which is where both the front and the back bodice would meet. So if you guys put these together, if you get your front and your back, I'm going to show you what I mean. If you put this and this together without your darts, okay, they would meet perfectly, and then your sleeve would meet over here, which is what we just did. So we have this one on this side, and then we have the back on the other side, and then it joins up to your sleeve when you sew it together. And the top pieces that we took out would be the pieces that join. So from the center here, I'm going to place the back piece, and then with the front piece I'm doing the same thing. This is the center line. I'm going to actually draw it up more so you guys can see. So I'm placing them just off the center, okay? With the ends that we colored before just above the notches, okay? Because that's where they were placed before. Look here. This is where one of the back notches were, and this is where the front notch was. So when I do it here, I'm putting it just above the notch and above the other notch. Now this is way smaller, so it doesn't reach far enough, so we're just gonna leave it like this. After you place these here, you're going to start drawing a line that connects them together, so to make it much more even and attached to the sleeve. So I'm going to draw a line that connects the sleeve to the extra piece that we got after I place it, following that line. Of course I've already taken it out and put it back in here, so it's a bit off the position where I had it before. So the idea here is that I'm tracing it all the way around, so that later when everything joins up together, it's perfectly matched up. Just tracing outline. Okay, and you trace off the whole thing. After you trace this off, you're going to just clean up those lines. So these are our new outlines, and then don't forget that later on these two are going to be sewn together to close off together, and we are going to sew it as usual, so that would join up to your neck. So let me just give you an example. This is our front, so this side is going to join up here with our front. Okay, obviously this is not fully cut out. These are going to join up, and the same thing with the back. This line is going to be sewn up to this line here. Can you see how they perfectly match up together? That's how they join up. So all I'm going to do, and all you have to do now, is for everything you just made, you're going to have to give it a 1 centimeter seam allowance, and then you can use them to cut your fabric. Obviously we have cut this section out, so you can always glue, like stick some paper underneath and give it the 1 centimeter allowance, or when you're cutting you remember that this side you did not have this extra allowance, so you do it on the fabric. You just draw the line on the fabric and then you cut it with the centimeter allowance. So I am just going to do that, and then I will cut out the pieces before I cut out the fabric and show you. So guys, I have just done the seam allowance, as you can see. I did it all the way around, and over here I did it as like an arrow, so that later when we sew we're going to come with the machine all the way up to here. So this is going to fold over this one to make the shoulder. So guys, I finally pinned them down, and now I am going to cut them. So guys, you're going to start with your sleeve, and you're going to start in the middle at the top section, okay? And you are going to give it a 1 centimeter allowance, as I said, but when you start up the part where they are closer to each other, where the V starts, you start really close together because we did not give seam allowance for that part. And as you go, you have to make sure everything is matched up properly. Okay, and that's the sleeve. Now, I had a bit of a point, and I didn't like it, so I went in and I made it a bit more smooth and round. Now it's much better. See? Much more round. Before, I think I'm still going to fix that a bit. But anyways, after you do that, you're going to start with your darts on your bodices. You do this on the front and back. Using your pins, you match up. How I do it is basically I draw the darts in from the front, and then I match it up using my fingers and put a pin at the back where they match up, making a line with the pins, which I then take out. See? And then I do the same thing with the top dart. Also, guys, I'm so sorry if my voice sounds a bit off. I don't know why. My throat has been hurting me. And no, it's not corona, so don't worry. I am not going to die. I always get, like, a bit sick in the morning. It's normal at this point. So yeah, after you do your front and back bodice, you're going to join it up with the sleeve. Now, thing is, this is the moment when I realized I forgot to make notches. And then I was like, which one is the front and which one is the back? And I was not sure where it connected to, so I had to double check with my patterns and everything from the beginning. And then I realized how I thought it was meant to be sewn together was how it was from the beginning. So yeah, I'm stupid. Put your notches in. Don't get confused. Don't be like me. Don't waste your time. Okay. So after you match up everything, you keep sewing. As you can see, I have to do it slowly so that I can join everything together. See, that's the front. Now I'm going to do the same thing and sew it with the back piece. So you put outside with outside together. And I always start from the under the arm. There's a point under the arm where the sleeve always joins up with the bodices. And that makes it so much easier for me because I know I will get everything correct. Like, I know everything will match up perfectly if I start from there. But if I start from the sleeve, I don't know. It doesn't, for some reason, I just feel like I'm going to get it wrong. So yeah, after you do this, you're going to fold it over so that your bodice is with your bodice and your sleeve is with the same other part of your sleeve. And you're going to match it up at the armhole. This is how I always do it because I this makes sure that everything is going to stay as it's supposed to be. I'll start with the end of the sleeve, and I'm gonna work my way around the bodice. Okay, I was just matching it up for you guys to see, giving it the 1 centimeter allowance. Look, as I said before, I put a pin where where it's under the arm, so that everything matches up. And then I do the same thing just at the end with the pin in the bodices because I'm really scared of things not matching up perfectly. Like, I'm paranoid, so I just have to do it. If you're confident and you think you can do it without the pins, cool, you do it. You go ahead, you do you. And that's it. That is your that's your sleeve, your Raglan sleeve. It wasn't that hard, was it? I don't think it was. And that's Bia doing her modeling. Just allowing you guys to see how it looks like. I actually really like it. This was from the recycled jeans from like Primark and Zara, and I was actually really surprised how it came out. I was really happy about it. I'm thinking maybe I'll do it out of leather one day, like Raglan sleeve with beige leather and black leather. That doesn't look that bad, you know. I like it. Now guys, I hope you liked it too. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video. And if you have any suggestions, don't forget to leave them in the comments below. I'm always open for new ideas. And if there's anything crazy, any challenge, anything you want me to do related to sewing and making crazy dresses or whatever, I don't know, whatever you guys want, I will make it for you. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a beautiful day. Bye.